The music just turns me on.
Unknown. Look, says she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Yo, look, I might pull up to the scene. What's happening? All good. Says she wants a man. Treat her well, little hood. When I hit that jackpot, you know the whole squad eating. Back 15, bitch, then I'm out skeeting. Look, I came in for a wine, couple drinks, little fun. Man, she talking about a man, got her looking like a bum. I don't even wanna be rude. Ain't that kind of guy. When she talking about a man, I was gripping up her thighs. Back it up for me, slow wine, do it properly. Take time, back it up for me, slow wine, do it properly. Take time, I tell her I ain't gonna bother making all these promises. Why bother saying something when I'm gonna do the opposite? I can promise you this night, nothing more. Call me MC Hammer, cause I'm feeling like I'm full. Says she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Says she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Looking wavy. I said she looking wavy. Looking wavy. I said she looking wavy. Yeah.
Said she tired of my crap, but if I get her back, then I'll trade my old stack, then I'll make it back. I see you on your Insta looking cute, but calm down, cause I'll put you in that kind of the gross. And yet she telling me this and telling me that. I miss the days up in ill sipping on yeah, and I've been running her down, need my energy back. And now she's saying that it's peak, that I ain't getting her back. But girl, I need you back on my team, boo, cause them I can't treat you. Love you, I feed you, I please you. Look, I ain't shifting the blame. Only girl that I had that didn't care about the fame, that's why she wavy. She wavy, man, I say that's why she wavy. She be looking like a maybe. So will I hit it? Maybe, yeah.
I said she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Says she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Looking wavy. I said she looking wavy. Looking wavy. I said she looking wavy. Yeah.
Purchase your track now.
I don't wanna, but the shit is getting. Says she looking like a. I don't wanna, but the shit is getting. Looking wavy. Says she looking wavy. Looking wavy. Says she looking wavy. Yeah.
The music just turns me on.
When you turn my way, I didn't know what to say. When you turn my way, I didn't know what to say. I'ma give you a taste of what you've been waiting for till the night's over. Ooh, I know we're thinking the same thing. I know you wanna get with me. Ooh, I know we're thinking the same thing. I know we're thinking the same thing. I love the way you've been looking my way.
exactly like what it says on the tin. There's the first one. Nice flick upwards and HS doing all the damage. What was that? Who's he going to take the shot on initially? Thomas, Baymax, all three, Schneider. Perfect, beautiful play.
Oh, here we go, Israel. I already know what's going to happen. W7M, why are you guys just getting so annihilated? Oh my god. Mirren running out of bullets, but he's still going to go for it. Oh my lord.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the ESEA MDL Season 31 Justice vs. Ground Zero game. My name's Adam Fortune, and I'm joined by a special guest, a special caster today. Robbie, why don't you introduce yourself?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Robbie. You can call me Killer Blaziken. I'm here to help out with this fantastic game. It looks like we've got here between Ground Zero and Justice. Thank you very much for having me, Adam.
It is going to be a fantastic game. We were just discussing some of the games that we've seen. So why don't you go through a little bit about what we sort of spoke about. So we had Justice sort of in their last game, going 25-22 versus Riot. So a bit of a long game, right?
Well, so the main thing I was looking at when looking at the stats from these two teams is the amount of experience, right? If we look at Ground Zero, so many games under their belt. This roster's been together for, from what I can piece together, around about a year. They've played so many games, and I think Justice at the moment, very new team, only about 6 games under their belt, 50% win ratio. I think they're might be a little bit flash in the pan. I don't know. We'll have to see what they can pull out. But I think if I'm Ground Zero, I'm thinking these new guys, let's see what they can do. I'm looking for Ground Zero not to underestimate Justice. I'm looking for the respect, but at the same time, I think I'm pretty confident looking at the stats that Ground Zero can pull something out here.
So I agree with you a little bit. However, Justice 100% win rate on Dust 2. Can't take that away from them. Even though it is only 2 games and, like you said, very, very new team. Can't take away the fact that 100% win rate is 100% win rate.
Well, no, absolutely. And if we look at Ground Zero's record so far this season on Dust 2, also only 2 games played, but with a 50% win rate on GZ. So obviously there might be something there. Justice might have a lot of practice on this map. But unlike maps like Nuke and Train, where a large amount of practice can really change the outcome and really make one team very dominant, I feel like Dust 2 is a map that everyone's familiar with Dust 2. Everyone kind of knows how Dust 2 works. But to be fair to Justice, a lot of practice could really go a long way, because it's not very often we see Dust 2 being played competitively these days.
No, and just also have some of the teams sort of practicing and warming up as all the players have gone into the game, so hopefully starting quite soon. Also, hello everyone in the chat. Would also like to see your predictions. Robbie and I will be having a look at the chat. So who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to be the most standout player? What do you think the score is going to be? Let's see in chat. So again, as the players sort of warm up and get ready. But like you said, definitely a new team versus a veteran, more veteran team, let's say.
Well, yeah, no, for sure. I think the experience will definitely show. Although, one thing you can't discount about CSGO is team play, very, very important at higher levels. But in games like Counter-Strike, as opposed to, MOBAs like League of Legends, team play can only really get you so far. A lot of the time we'll be looking down to the individual plays that these teams make, on top of how they can make that work as a team. So how well they're covering each other, how well they can win their aim duels. So what we could see is Ground Zero might have the team play and the strats, but we might just see Justice out aiming them and just getting the better of these trades. So it'll definitely come down to what we are able to see. All 10 players are in game, so
Yeah,
hopefully we'll get to the
wait and
knife
see,
round
right?
nice and soon.
Yeah. But as well as being sort of a new team, they don't have, you know, as you sort of play together with people quite a lot, you know, maybe little niggles sort of come up within the team. You know, people sort of have maybe a bad relationship, you know, a couple of bad
Sure.
rounds here and there. Everyone sort of starts nudging elbows, whereas Justice are in that kind of honeymoon period, would you say?
Well, honeymoon periods are strange in esports, right? So sometimes honeymoon periods can be these gorgeous things where new players who've never once played together just win every single game against incredible odds. And other times, honeymoon periods can be just the worst. And you can just lose everything, even if you're the 5 best players in your given roles in whatever game. It looks like Justice have kind of split the difference at the moment, and as I said earlier, in their first 6 games, they've won 3, lost 3. So we're not really sure how the synergy is going to work out there. Looks like they have a couple things to work on in terms of working together. Maybe their team play's just a little off. Looks like we just really need to see how they're going to perform in-game before we can really comment too much, but if I'm Ground Zero, I'm thinking we're the big dogs on campus. I think we are probably going to see a lot of plays from Mr. Money CQ over here on Ground Zero. He's been playing in different teams for a very long time, about 4 or 5 years experience worth on this player. Used to play for Avantgarde, you know, Vitality, a lot of different teams. Have been through Money. Moe, not Money. So I'm interested to see how his experience is going to influence this. And it looks like we are getting into the knife round.
It does.
And this will be the determining round to see which team starts on which side of the map. So the winner here gets to choose whether they want to stick or swap sides. So let's have a look and see how this goes.
But as you said about the big dogs, if I was, you know, Ground Zero being the big dogs, if I was to start losing rounds versus Justice, I would definitely start getting a bit frustrated.
Yeah, no, for sure. Losing against a team that you might feel
superior versus...
you should be winning it, yeah, can definitely start to feel frustrating. One thing I think Ground Zero has a big advantage on in that situation is their experience as a team. A lot of newer teams might start to tilt, they might start to annoy each other. But once you're with the team for a certain amount of time, you start kind of getting used to the flow of your team's energy. Tilt starts to kind of come down a little bit, unless you're a very tiltable team, you have some tiltable players. But we're getting into the pistol round now, and I'm super excited to see how this match turns out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your ESEA Mountain Dew Season 31 game between Ground Zero and Justice. Let's see how this plays out as we head into the first round.
I do enjoy the pistol round. It's where nobody has really any money. No, it's all about sort of those cheeky headshots.
Well, it's all about who has the better aim, the better positioning, and who can use this limited utility better. And also, let's be honest, that tiny little bit of luck that just makes everything extra special.
The more you practice, the luckier you get, as they say. I do like Justice sort of going as a group, with one person sort of splitting off, maybe looking for those picks.
Well, absolutely. We are going to be seeing Tham lurking down in this tunnels area. We do have the counter luck here from Burnout, who is looking to maybe catch him off guard. But we're going to see the first kill here coming up from Zemp. Void following up with a second kill there onto Ruffco. Burnout does catch the luck in mid. Brace finally finding that return kill, but it's not going to really count for too much as Void and Zemp get their kills in return, leaving that to a very clean look for Ground Zero heading into the second round.
Yeah, almost a nice clean game. 4 versus 0 at the end of that. So, I'm glad Justice aren't buying here, saving up their money, and then probably going for a nice big buy in the sort of third round. But obviously SMGs versus pistols, probably not going to go too well for them.
Well, eco rounds, always rough. We don't expect these teams to win these kind of situations, but sometimes they can just surprise you. Sam does find one there, but other than that, it's just going to be a quick mow down here with these SMGs. Void is going to be a little bit upset that he's lost his rifle there, but the rest of the team do pick up the AUG, so not losing too much, just dropping that MP5 SD. Not too much of a big loss for Ground Zero as they pick up round 2. But here's where we will start to get the big tells. As we head into the 3rd round, the big guns start to come out. Everyone has a weapon. Now it's time to see how both of these teams can react to the full amount of utility and just aim skill that these teams can pull out.
Absolutely, the big guns, as you said, coming out. I do like the first gun round. Really does, as you said, show what's going to happen for the rest of the game.
Well, starting off the strategy, it looks like the T's are going to play this slow. I'm a very big fan of this. A lot of the time you see newer teams trying to be very, very aggressive, and it looks like Justice is being nice and patient, which is always good. You always want to try and get the CTs to use up their utility before you decide to commit to a bomb site. Over here in tunnels, we see Falcon lurking, trying to find something here. He might just catch Zemp off guard. Zemp holding that catwalk angle, and he's going to find Ruffleco as he falls down. Zemp finds a second one there in brace as he also takes the big bullet. Tham is going to fall down there to the Molotov, his own Molotov, which is just unfortunate. I think the amount of patience there, maybe just taking them a little bit too off guard. The T's should have definitely tried to push there after the first AWP shot to take down Zemp, but instead they just waited that a little bit too long, allowed him to get that reload in. A few kills trade back either way, but Ground Zero are going to close out the round.
Yeah, pretty decisive round there for them. And then the unfortunate Molotov incident, quite unfortunate.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Let's not talk about that one, right?
We'll spare him. We'll spare him the embarrassment. But Sam's not going to find any e-girls looking like that.
No. Fantastic name, though. I do like the name.
Well, speaking of names, there are a lot of them pouring out of mid at the moment. Zemp's going to kill 2 of them straight off the bat. Money QC, he's going to fall down to the Molotov, and Zemp going to find a 4th and 5th in his name. It's going to be all on Zemp there. Beautiful 2K to start off that round. I think only one of those kills getting stolen away by a teammate, but Zemp at the moment cleaning house with this AWP. Beautifully done.
Yeah, Justice really struggling, with only 3 kills in 4 rounds. And coming into round 5, 4-0 for Ground Zero.
I mean, they're looking strong. I mean, we said at the start of the match that we thought Ground Zero would come into this with kind of the big dog attitude. But I think they're definitely showing their place at the moment. I think it's more down to Justice, however. Just maybe misplaying some of these situations. But Zemp definitely showing that he's no slouch with this sniper rifle.
No, absolutely not. Definitely in that last round, showing off his true skill. But being the first one down in this round.
Well, Ruffleco, I think, catches him off guard there with the AK. He's looking to push through the smoke here in long doors. And if he does so, he's going to meet the end of Void's AWP. But looks like Void's going to back off here. There's the disengage flash from him, and he's going to back off to Car to look to hold the push here from the T's, pushing down short. There's the flash. Now we're looking for the T's to start pushing in, or actually it's a bait. Flash goes in, but no push. That's it's an interesting strategy.
That is, I would have gone for the push. Only 2 guys on A. They definitely need to start winning some rounds, being a bit more in control.
Well, for sure, but it looks like the T's are actually going to pincer this B site here as Falcon gets the first frag, and Brace picks up Panic in return, leaving the last 2 CTs by themselves. Burnout and Void. Only an AUG and an AWP here. 5 players to find and a bomb. If I was Ground Zero, I'm thinking we're going to chalk this round up to an L. Maybe look for some exit frags here.
I would definitely agree. Fall back, keep those guns, save your eco And then, yeah, as you said, look for some frags. And they do manage to
Absolutely.
find one.
Well, yeah. Well, Void there with the AWP shot taking down Sam. It's going to be a nice little bounty for him. But Ground Zero, they have plenty of money. They don't need to really worry about this too much. The only one who I'd say is looking a little strapped for cash is Moe, but plenty of teammates around to help him out there. I don't think they're too worried about this. Justice finds their first round of the game at round 5.
Yep, off the starting blocks for those guys. And Sam was just looking for those e-girls. Wandering around the map, couldn't find any, instead found an AWP.
Found a bullet.
Found a bullet. So unfortunate for him.
Well, as I said earlier, no shortage of guns on Ground Zero after that round loss. 4 AUGs and an AWP. It looks like Void is going to take this AUG and be aggressive with it. He's going to fall back to this off angle here, just behind doors. Might find something interesting there. We are going to see some T's just spreading out around the map. Sam! Oh my goodness, what a headshot there. Takes down Zemp in this mid catwalk area. That's going to be the AWPer down for Ground Zero, and they're not going to be too happy about that.
No, Zemp once again, the first man down on Ground Zero. But Sam...
Well, I think it's just unfortunate there, really. He didn't really have any cover from under tunnels, and he just gets popped there whilst trying to peek this mid-angle brace. Finds Burnout there. He was trying to hide. Poor Burnout, trying to hide in the smoke, but his helmet just peeking out of the smoke there. Poor dude.
Unfortunate, yeah, just a little bit spotted, and then caught out. But Ground Zero now definitely in a bit of a difficult situation, 3 versus 5.
Well, absolutely. We're going to see what looks like 2 players here trying to push down short. Ground Zero, I'm not really sure what I would say to them in this situation. They have a little bit of utility left, 2 flashbangs and a Molotov on Moe. But Molly's going to come through from Brace, but he's going to lose that matchup. Void going to take the kill, but Sam there with a beautiful return kill. He's going to find one Panic here under CT. He's going to find Rufflecoat as he tries to cross, and he's going to find a second. Sam falls down as well to the headshot from the AUG. Now it's a 2v2, really well cleaned up here. Panic with a 3rd kill here. So close. Oh my goodness. Panic cleans up the round and decides, no way, Justice. Got one. You've had your taste. Now get back in the box where you deserve.
I'm actually very surprised. I didn't think Justice could possibly lose that 3 versus 5. They looked like in such a strong position. Yeah, just somehow managed to grab defeat from the jaws of victory.
Well, like I was saying earlier, you can never underestimate the power of team play, and Ground Zero, having played together for so long, have got these retakes down. They've played in well, I assure you they've played in most every situation they could come across. So you can see their communication there just working really well, bouncing really well off each other, able to clean up those kills nice and quickly. But Justice, I don't think just quite had the communication there. They knew where the player that they had to kill was. I'm not sure if it was hugely down to miscommunication or the aim just not being there, but unfortunately, it does lose them the round as we see a quick trade here between Zemp and Sam in mid. AWPer again falling down. Zemp he keeps trying to take this aggressive angle, but just, I mean, it's half working out for him, half not quite.
No, I mean, yeah, once again, third time in a row, Zemp, first man down on Ground Zero. Definitely should maybe change up that strategy, maybe not be so aggressive. What do you think?
Well, I think at least this time he got a kill for it. Those are my thoughts. PC looks like he's going to get caught off guard here by the player playing this close angle. Panic does get the kill, but he is traded out. But Justice on the losing end of these trades at the moment, 3v2. And Burnout through the smoke is going to find Falcon. He's not going to be happy about that, as the last player is going to be pushing through the smoke. He's going to find Moe. Not quite enough damage there, but he's going to peek the corner as Moe tries to throw the grenade. Brace does take him down. That's going to give him free reign over this side. Oh my goodness! Brace, beast modes, takes down Void, but he is going to get taken out by Burnout. And I don't know what to say there, dude. That was just unfortunate for Brace.
That was the 1v3 dream almost becoming true. But yeah, just couldn't get, I guess, the reload off in time. And just, yeah, just really unlucky from him.
Well, Falcon gets picked there through the smoke, which is, I mean, you gotta feel, it's always a big feels bad.
It is.
When that happens.
Getting picked through the smoke. But as you said, mental.
Oh. Well, as we were saying, it's gonna be a very quick rush here. Ruffleco's gonna pick up the first kill. Second kill there goes to Ruffleco, but Moe through the back here. He's gonna find one, but not before he's picked, not gonna find another one before being picked up there by PZ. He's gonna find, yeah, his first kill of the game. Welcome to the game, PZ. I hope you had a nice nap. Bomb is down now, and it's down to Burnout and Void to try and find these last 4 kills. Very low are the players on Justice, but I think they're not going to chance it. Void finds one. Actually, he's going for it. Void finds the first, but gets picked up by Sam, holding behind the door. And that's going to be round 2 on the board for Justice. PZ wakes up, and you know what? I think that won the game. PZ, he's awake. That's all they needed. PZ, now they win.
Yeah, PZ's back in the game, as you said. I'm surprised. Void. I mean, I guess maybe bit of bloodlust. He got 1 kill and thought, do you know what? I think I can get another. I think I can get some more. Let's push through. Let's push onto the site.
Well, see, the communication there should have been, hey, they're all really low. You guys could probably, if you can get onto site, do this. And Ground Zero decided it's better to just try and save the AWP instead of trying to bust onto B site, which I agree with them. I mean, it's a rough call. I think maybe they do finish that round off. And PZ, he's definitely awake now. He's gonna get the first pick in mid there. Wonderfully played by him with that AWP. But like, I think the call should have been keep the AUG, try and push onto site. But B, it's a very angular map. Can be difficult to try and find those angles as Brace goes for the push there, and Zeb puts him in the ground. Falcon is going to get the return kill on the other side of the map, though, as he looks to push onto B site. Doesn't quite wait for the smoke to pop there. He's going to get punished for it by Burn, who's going to find another one. Sam's just standing there in tunnels, and he's an easy pick. Why? Burnout, he's just going to retreat. He's like, cool, I got 2 free picks. Lovely.
Yep, time for him to sort of sit back and relax, see what the rest of the team can do.
And Ruffleco is going to find another pick over towards the A site. And look at this. Ground Zero are kind of playing together, whilst Justice is a little bit split up. There, Zemp finds the second to last player on Justice. Ruffleco falls down to PZ now. He's woken up a little. Let's see if he's ready for his breakfast.
And now in a 1v2, but the bomb is planted.
He spots the head of the enemy player, but he's going to miss the shot. Molotov does go down. It looks like Burnout is coming to the window. Oh, PZ hits the no-scope onto Zemp, but it's the wrong player. He doesn't quite find the player stood right in front of him, and Burn is going to take him down in return. It's just unfortunate there for PZ. Lovely no-scope, though, so...
But really unlucky missing that first shot. If he had maybe hit that shot, could have been a different story, right?
Oh, for sure. If he hits that first player, it makes the push onto the site a lot harder for, I believe it was Void, following close behind. Just makes it a lot harder for him to push onto site for free, because when you're against a player with an AWP and you know he's got an AWP, you know that first shot is going to be an opportunity for you to get onto it. And PZ looks like he's moved on to lunch as he's going to eat up Zemp. Really woken up this player has. I think that last round has kind of got him fired up. So let's just hope he can do some justice to this match.
Wow, fantastic. Zemp once again being the first man on Ground Zero to go down. I seem to see a pattern here. I'm not sure if maybe he's just being used as like a spotting tool at this point.
Who's this? Zemp on
Zemp.
Well, a couple rounds ago we saw Moe playing tunnels, like being aggressive down in tunnels. Actually, I'll have to move back to this in a second as we see the T's pushing onto A site here. Void does find one in the push, but it looks like the T's are comfortably on site now. Bomb is going to go down, and it's a 4v4 situation here. Bomb is down. There are the Molotovs coming out. There's fire everywhere. Let's see if they can make this work as 2 CTs are pushing from underneath. Oh my god, the boost! It doesn't quite work out, but Moe finds one. Panic with the other one here. He's trying to go for these jump shot. PZ finds two in return. Ruffleco and PZ do finish up the other players. That's just unfortunate. The boost doesn't quite work out. Moe misses the shots on the crouching PZ and gets traded out for it. Just unfortunate there. Justice with their third round, though, as we head into round 11.
Yep, and probably, if I was to make a guess, they'll probably win the next round with Ground Zero not being able to put much together other than some deagles. But
yeah, well,
we've seen crazy things happen so far this game, right?
I mean, for sure. I mean, Ground Zero, we haven't actually had a chance to see them on these pistols yet because they've been in such a dominant position throughout the entire game. We haven't really seen them in a state of financial disarray. So, not really sure how well they can pull out these pistols, but we'll have to see. Burn has already fallen down, which is not a great sign for these players. I would maybe like to have seen them group up on one site, try and kind of hold an area, maybe go for a retake together. Instead, they decided to spread out, but oh my goodness, look at Zemp here. He's being so sneaky.
A very sneaky boy. Can he find a few...
Maybe he might get spotted out, though. There's one. Zemp finds a kill, but it's not going to be enough. The deagle spray not quite coming in, and Sam's going to put him in the ground. Unfortunate, Void does find another there, but Falcon's going to get the trade just after. 2v3 is the score right now. And we're going to see Moe getting backed off there. He's going to try and go for the scout shot, and he is going to find one onto Falcon, but body isn't where he was aiming. And Sam's going to finish up Panic in the back. Expected round kill there. Justice puts number 4 on the board, starting to close this distance. But with 3 rounds to go, can they really bring it back?
I mean, these aren't very decisive wins, even with deagles, or versus deagles, sorry. I mean, that sneak all the way around from Zemp was pretty unlucky. I thought that would be far more effective. But at least finding at least one.
Well, deagles can be quite hit or miss, right? Obviously, very random spray pattern. It can be very difficult to predict them. You have to be very accurate. Yeah, the first shot really matters with the deagle more than I think most other weapons. Maybe snipers exempt. But CTs are going to try and group push this tunnels area, and 3 kills go the way of Brace, but looks like Void finds 2 of his own, and Burn is going to find a 3rd player, giving out the scoreboard, but not the weapons. Well, I spoke too soon, as Burn is going to find an AK here. It looks like the only difference between these two teams at the moment is the level of armor, and with that, AWP and AK, it wouldn't matter too much anyway. Just hoping that these two players can do something special here. Void, ooh, he gets spotted out by the T player holding this back angle, but now everyone's focused on him. Burn is going to try and make his enemies do the same. He's trying to set some people on fire. These shots are now coming onto him, but he doesn't care. He finds one. He finds the second. Burn with the clutch there. Closing out this eco round for Zero. They started with pistols, and they ended as gods. Jeez.
That was a very nice sort of pincer, sort of making Justice look just 2 different ways, really struggling to hold B-site. And yeah, starting off with nothing, and then ending up with an AWP and an AK. I mean, who would have thought it, right?
So, don't get me wrong. Burn played that round perfectly. I think it was Void holding tunnels there. I don't think he played it as well. I think he should have been peeking when his teammate was going through. They should have been doing that a lot better. It worked out for them in the end, but I think Void was baiting his teammate a little too much. Burn was kind of going, "Hey, look at me," and didn't really take advantage of the shift in attention. But oh well, worked out fine. Burn. Oh heck, Burn is just he's starting some cremations. He wants to get the fire going, and Moe is going to find a kill of his very own in the back of tunnels there, holding onto this B site. Falcon and Sam are trying to hold on to their heads, but it might not work too much longer, especially for Falcon. He holds onto his head, but his heart gets shot out. He's going to fall down to Moe's AWP. And it's not looking good for Justice right now. 2 players left on the board.
No, and now 1 player left on the board.
Burn! I don't know what to say about this player. Burn, he seems to have, he's just headhunting. I don't think he hasn't got a headshot in like 5 kills.
No.
I think that's 5 headshot kills in a row from this player.
Him and Zemp though, 14 and 15 kills.
Yeah.
That is some impressive numbers right there. Oh,
Well, headshot percentage 71 for Burnout. He's
wow.
Yeah, he's doing some work.
He's definitely headhunting.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is a T-side freeze time. Justice maybe trying to get their heads together. They might be reeling a little bit. We're heading into the penultimate round of this half now. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ground Zero take this at 11-4. But I'm more than open to seeing Justice pick this game back up. We might see a different story unfold as Ground Zero get moved into the T side soon. But Moe gonna find one with the grenade, finding a second with that AWP, and Burn is going to be coming through the smoke. No one's gonna expect it. He finds one, he finds the second. There's the third kill. Burn just... This dude is invincible.
Although not so many headshots coming out of that one. Not as many as his nice 71%. So hopefully didn't damage his statistics too much.
I don't think he minds. I
don't think he minds
those,
either.
Those body shots, he's...
Win's a win.
The spray transfer, absolutely. The spray transfer there from kill 1 to kill 2, just beautiful.
But like you said, I wouldn't be surprised now seeing an 11-4.
Especially with that pick from Moe. Just absolutely puts PZ in the ground. I think PZ's gone back to bed. We saw him wake up for a couple rounds there. He had his breakfast, he had some lunch, didn't quite make it to dinner before needing another nap. Maybe we'll see him wake up on the other half. But so far with one player down on each side, Moe and PZ, yeah, it's looking fairly even. However, not a lot of utility here from Justice and a Galil and a Deagle being rocked by 2 of their players. So gun-wise, a little bit of a disadvantage here. Burn might be in a bit of an awkward spot here if he gets pushed from this mid angle. There's the smoke coming through just to cover Justice as they try and rotate through this top angle here. Looks like they're going through Cat to A. Oh, but look at this little engagement in long doors. This little engagement in long doors. Sam, he doesn't even know it's an engagement. He just gets shot in the butt. And Void and Zemp are going to find kills of their own before Zemp gets traded out by Falcon. Brace actually embraces the Void. Hey, see what I did there? I combined 2 names. And Burn is going to look to try and come in here. We're going to need these last 2 kills here from Burn. There's one. And can he find the second kill? He's trying to spam it through this box here. And there's the second one. Back to headhunting. Burn just... Heck, dude. Holy heck. This dude is insane.
And a pretty decisive round from Ground Zero, which is going to go to a quick break. We'll be right back to finish off this game in a moment. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 11-4 the scores into this pistol round. Let's see if Justice can bring it back slightly, right?
Well, absolutely. We were talking earlier about if these players could do a little bit better on the CT side. And so far, it's looking like a mixed bag. Roffelco does find Zempt, but on the other side of the map, Falcon has fallen down. And Brace does find 2 there, but Looks like the B-side defenders are going to fall down. PZ does get the rotate in time. And it looks like Ruffleco's there with him. But, oh, I thought Burn was going to get the surprise. But actually, Ruffleco just bamboozles him. He comes around the corner with a nice crispy headshot there, leaving Panic all by his lonesome. Panic has been a little quiet this game, so let's see if he can make anything happen. He can't. And looks like PZ has woken up just in time for dinner.
PZ having a nap, but yeah, I thought Burn was going to get that nice sneak on, and once again managed to flank around onto Justice, like we saw a few rounds ago, but unfortunately not able to do so. But everyone buying whatever they can, I guess, to try and see what they can bring into round.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. We're seeing mainly pistols here from Ground Zero. We saw, obviously, last half, Justice deciding to go for the no-buy strategy after losing the pistol round. But we're seeing a few pistols and a scout here for Ground Zero. Let's see if they can make this work against the rifles and SMGs of Justice. Typically, the second round isn't something we'd look at too much, but the flashes are coming through here. There's the fire from Moe, and we'll ride along now to see how this goes. Ruffleco is going to pick up Burn in the background. The Luck is dead, and the bomb is planted. But here come the CTs pushing now from short. Zem finds one, but Brace and Sam find one each of their own. Ruffleco with a third kill here, as Void picks up another kill of his own. He's going to find a FAMAS, but Brace is going to find his backside. And there's going to be the defuse there. Justice putting number 6 on the board. Maybe they can start to turn this around, but time will tell, and the next round will tell as we head into the first... Oh, actually, no. No, this won't be the first gun round, because Ground Zero decided to buy. So we'll have to wait another round before seeing the first gun round.
I would have thought Ground Zero would have also copied the same strategy and sort of saved up and have a proper gun round now. Because now they're going to be even... allow Justice even that little bit closer in terms of scoreline. Unless maybe they can repeat the gun round from earlier.
Well, maybe. One thing I will say about Justice, while I do agree that they should have gone for the full eco on the second round, they have a lot of rounds to play with here. They have a 5-round lead over Justice, so I don't think they're too worried, but Brace... Oh my goodness, Brace just starts gobbling up T players, and Ruffleco and Sam just taking up the scraps there as Brace finds number 3. Oof. He just puts those bullets right into the players and they just keep falling.
Absolutely, and back to your point about, you know, maybe Ground Zero, you know, thinking, oh yeah, we've got quite a few rounds ahead. We shouldn't really be too worried. However, I do think that momentum, and once you start sort of winning rounds, or even once you start losing rounds, that kind of mental where it's like, oh, we've lost a few rounds, uh-oh, what's going to happen? Justice have started winning some rounds, and maybe they feel a bit more confident, you know? So that kind of mental.
Absolutely. I've always been one to say that Counter-Strike, more than I think any other esport, is very much a mental game. As well as, you know, a game of strat and aim. Momentum definitely plays a huge part into things. We can see that now with Brace. He might just turn into the next Burn here, as Falcon is going to pick up 2 of his own, leaving Moe all by his lonesome, pushing into this B side by himself here. Falcon going to pick up his 3rd kill of the round to end that off, and Justice definitely not slouching here. We said they might turn this around on the CT side, and it looks like that's exactly what they're doing.
I mean, 100% win rate. I think they want to keep that as it is, right? I would want to definitely keep that stat, and also Falcon waiting very patiently for somebody just to come right out of that smoke.
Absolutely. What I'm wanting to see here from Ground Zero now is trying to play a little slower. So far, we've seen them play a little aggressive, but it hasn't quite worked out for them. So now I just want them to take a breather and see if they can find anything that way. As it looks like Burn is looking to find PZ, who's holding the short angle that we saw Void on, Zemp on earlier. Isn't gonna find anything there, but PZ is gonna find a kill of his own to start off the round. See if Burn can recapture some of this magic as Zemp picks up a return kill onto Rofko. PZ going to find a kill of his own, though. Number 2 on board for that sniper there. Holding from CT. Moe looking to find something here. The flash comes out. I'm not sure if he knows both the players are underneath him, but I'm sure he'll soon find out, as it looks like PZ is looking to rotate through short, as are the entirety of the CT team. And looks like Burn is going to be the only man here to stop them with a smoke and a dream. Bomb is planted. And 2 CT players are looking to rotate around to long now. Try and cover their angles. Not going to find too much. And let's see if Burnout can do anything here. The smoke is fading. Are we going to see an aggressive play from him? There's the AWP. He hears the scope. But Falcon is the first one to face. PZ gets the shot off. He takes down Burnout. But the Moe trade onto PZ there is going to be strong. I don't think they have this. Even if there wasn't a void there, sucking the life out of the CT players, I don't think they had that anyway, as he's going to get the last 2 kills, and the bomb is going to go off, resetting the momentum, and Ground Zero are looking like they are back in the driver's seat.
Absolutely. Justice, I mean, 4 versus 3, bomb planted, definitely heat pressure on when the bomb is planted, trying to get that defuse off. I'm surprised they lost though. I definitely thought coming around that corner, getting that AWP off, but just unlucky not being able to find the second.
No, not quite. So what happened was we heard the scope.
Yeah.
It was a signal for Burn to get ready to shoot. So he had a little bit less work to do in terms of his reaction time. And we do see that he gets the first kill, but it wasn't the AWPer who peeked first. It was Falcon with the rifle, and PZ just comes in there with the trade out. And maybe if Moe isn't there to get the return kill, it goes a different way. But because Moe's right there, PZ just does not have the time to reload that AWP, and the kill goes the way of Moe, and that's how they end the round.
Yeah, and that's kind of how the round sort of went from there. But again, as you said, momentum may be shifting, because obviously Justice just lost the last round after a nice sort of little win streak there. But let's see if... Ooh, lovely headshot there onto Sam.
So I was actually watching from Sam's perspective there, and the timing was just incoherent. It was so fast, that shot from Zemp. He does fall in return though, and it's down to to Ground Zero to try and get this retake. Sorry, Justice try and get this retake, as we're going to see another trade there. But Rofko finding another kill, leaving Moe all by himself. But he's a little bit out of position here. The defuse is going to be started by Roffle. He isn't deciding to stick it, and Moe knows this now. He's deciding to stick it now. Oh my goodness, Moe. So, interesting play there from Rofko. I think he nearly had the bomb, but he goes for the very smart play of deciding to take out the player, spraying him through the smoke. He knows where he is. He can see the traces. And instead of risking getting dinked, he just takes him out. Still has time for the defuse. Very well played.
Yeah, if I was in this situation, I probably would have just gone for the defuse. But this is why these guys are playing on a team, and I'm not. But I mean, yeah, good decision there.
Well, it's definitely starting to look a little bit more in Justice's favor, as Ground Zero looking like they're struggling to find their feet here on this T side. Maybe we'll see that start to swing back round as they start pushing down a long. Panic going to take a lot of damage there, but Void takes down Rofko. Brace there with the double kill with that SMG. It's going to be a 2-2 trade on that long position, and now going to short. It's going to be a trade in favor of Ground Zero on not 1, not 2, but 3 positions. And Falcon only just finding the return kill, leaving 2 players against this half-health rifler. Both AWPs here on this T side. Let's see if they can make it work, as Falcon is looking to push from CT under. He might try and go for the Kali shot. Let's see how this plays out for him. I'm not sure if he's aware of Panic holding him from long. He is, or rather he's worried about it, which is good. He does throw down the smoke there, which is going to trigger the movement But it doesn't matter as Moe pulls out the pistol and just pops him in the face. Very well played there from Ground Zero. Looks like they might be feeling their toes a little bit. We won't cast as custom, but 3 rounds to go for Ground Zero. Let's see if they can make this a win.
I mean, my favorite thing is a bit of caster cursing. I don't quite. There's nothing better than giving some bad luck to people, right? But I'm also quite surprised that Falcon didn't sort of pull back and maybe save his rifle.
We don't have to talk about that, right? Yeah. So in my mind, I kind of sympathize with Falcon there. He's got 2 players to find, and a bomb down. He knows one of them is very low. He knows they both have orbs. In his mind, it's probably okay. As long as I don't get hit, I can kill them all. But unfortunately, he does get the pistol there, which is just unfortunate because I think he does make the right play there, trying to take out that player. As we're going to see a very little skirmish here in long doors, as 2 players fall on the side of Justice in return for Void. But Sam looking to even out that trade on another part of the map. He's going to take down Burn and fall back a little bit here. Falcon taking a lot of damage though in mid as he faces Moe's wrath. All these CT players now holding the CT angle. They're looking to maybe push. Molotov is going to come through onto the site there from Falcon, but the smoke is going to extinguish that nice and quickly. Moe finds Falcon though. It's going to be a 2v3. Sorry, scratch that. Leave that Sam all by himself. He's going to do a little bit of damage, but Zemp, he's getting sick of this game. He wants to end it off. And Ground Zero look poised to do just that. Match point as we head into the 10th round of the second half. Could Ground Zero finish up this game right here, right now? Or can Justice, with this last buy, do something and try and pull this game back once more?
I mean, with some of the rounds previous, I don't think Justice are going to be able to sort of bring it back. They haven't managed to win enough rounds in a row for me to feel good about them winning. But we can believe, right? We can have hope. Well,
Justice has done a lot better than I was expecting. We were saying earlier about how, you know, they're a very new team up against this experienced Ground Zero roster. The first half on T, they had a bit of a rough time. But you can definitely see why they've got a 100% win ratio on Dust 2 from the CT side defense. I mean, they completely reversed the momentum from the first half. They managed to do so much with that advantage. So if I'm Justice, I don't think I'm feeling too bad about this. I think you take this L, you figure out what you did wrong, where you've learned, you apply it, go again next time.
And like you said... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
As you said about Justice doing much better than we expected, I mean, given the fact that some of the teams, or the team Ground Zero and Justice faced, with Ground Zero coming very close but Justice getting annihilated, I am surprised they've done so well in this.
Absolutely. Like, I think with a little bit more time, a little bit more practice together, Justice could do a lot. And we are going to see a little bit of a trade here coming out. Panic and Zemp do fall down, but Ground Zero, no slouches. They're going to take down Sam and Ruffleco. So let's see what they can do with that advantage. The CT's not quite in position to handle this. The bomb is going to go down. And let's see if Burn and Co can do this. Void finds one, but PZ is not going to die in vain as Falcon gets a return kill. Now it's down to Brace and Falcon. Bomb is down, and in a lot of ways, that bomb acts as a third man. It's another thing that they have to find and deal with. But let's see if they can make this work. The last 2 players from Justice now moving on to site. They've got Burn to contend with. He's a headhunter, but unfortunately, this is not hunting season. Falcon's going to take him down, and the defuse is coming through. 10 seconds left on that. The bullets are flying. Moe finds one, but can he find the second? I don't think he knows he's sticking the defuse. He does not quite find it, and Moe, finding the last shots of the game, is going to end this off at a very clean 16-9 in favor of Ground Zero.
And what a fantastic game. Yeah, I mean, like you said, Justice doing much better than we both kind of predicted. And we're going to move quickly into the next game, which is going to be Roosters versus Jade. Another exciting game. So we'll get straight into that, guys. Don't go anywhere. So we join the game 7-3 Jade Roosters on Inferno.
Well, it's always rough joining a game halfway through. I can't see which rounds have won and which rounds have been lost, but it looks like Jade's in a very comfortable spot here. Guns are being brought by the whole of Roosters and Jade, other than the CZ coming out from a Cluck Jet set. But it's looking like it might be a fun game to watch here. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my bearings at the moment. It's always a bit of a challenge coming into a game half cocked. But Inferno, a lovely map here. Fantastic place to be as the T side start to push on to B side here. A little bit too much spray there. Someone got a little overexcited. But the CT defender on B is going to fall down, and now it's a 5v2 retake on this B side as Roosters are looking strong. Elvis finds 2 there, but he's going to fall down to Admiral Paris, who is in return going to fall down to Cluck Stallion. And that is going to put number 4 on the board for Roosters. They're looking pretty strong there. Have to get a little bit more of a cohesive narrative to piece this on.
No, absolutely. But Inferno, a map, that gets played quite frequently. This and Mirage, I seem to see quite often. So, do you think it's quite a popular map, Robbie?
Oh, I love Inferno. I think it's one of the most played maps, and I think it's like that for a reason. It's definitely really interesting map to watch. You get a lot of different variety in the kinds of things that you can see. A lot of different strategies come through from these players. At the highest level, it can be in my opinion, one of the most strategically interesting maps. Just because of the way that the map is laid out for the CTs to hold an angle and then be able to fall back to a different angle. Hold an angle, fall back, hold an angle, fall back. And they really get to set the pace of the game by choosing how aggressive they want to start off at those angles. And we're going to see All Might take down 1 and Admiral Vanilla. Vania. I'm a butcher. Vanilla's going to fall down there, but not before getting a kill. All Might's going to find one of his own, and Elvis, Paris, and Paris again going to find kills of their own. Bit of a messy round there. A lot of just shooting, not a lot of
aiming.
There.
A lot of shooting.
But a lot of shooting, not so many grenades.
Not so many utilities. I've also just realised All Might is in this game. As you said, I've just realised what a fantastic name.
Well, it looks like he's been doing quite well. All Might top fragging here, 12, 2, and 6 on the top fragger for JG. As we're going to see Roosters looking to push down Banana. And it's going to be a 4-man push here. Admiral does manage to get not 1, not 2, but 3 kills there. As Cluck Stallion's going to get a return kill of his own. And Set finishes off the lone defender. Bomb is looking to be planted here. 2 players remaining on the side of Roosters, trying to get this 3-man retake. All Might being boosted up here. He's going to find 1, tries to find the spray transfer, doesn't quite find it there as Set takes him down. And it's down to Vanilla and Paris. They're going to find this quite easily. And Set does fall down, but he does find Paris. Very close round there. One thing I will say is these takes, we did not see any sort of utility from Roosters trying to push into top of Banana, which can be a really hard position to break without flashes, smokes, Molotovs. And I'm almost afraid that's what's going to let this team down as we head into the penultimate round of the first half.
Not using enough utility. Well, we'll see if that strategy changes. Maybe, just maybe. You never know.
Well, fingers crossed. Inferno is definitely one of those maps where utility is vastly important. It's a very angular map, a lot of nooks and crannies for people to hide in. So a lot of the time, aim just isn't going to cut it because players can pop out and surprise you. You really need to be in control of these positions to properly have the advantage. Now pushing into mid there, All Might finds one, but he's going to get traded up by Set. Vanilla is going to find Cluck Stallion in return, evening this out to a 3-4. Set finds one, Vanilla finds the other. It's very much a trade kind of game at the moment. Now Boss Bop and Vanilla finding kills of their own. Vanilla trying to find the last kill there, but Bop is going to bop him right in the face. He's going to fall down, leaving Netic all by his lonesome to try and finish this off, but he's not quite going to. And Boss Bop is going to take him down, putting this at 9-5 for the final round. So let's see what Roosters can do. Hopefully bring this back to a 9-6, give themselves a little bit more of a comfortable position going into the CT side, but only time will tell.
And very doable, seeing as though the economy of Jade not doing so well with nothing but pistols. So I think that this one should be a nice easy round, right?
Never count out a mid-high level team like JG on a map like Inferno with any sort of a weapon. As you can see here, they've gone for a very respectable strategy on Eco. They've all decided to group up on B, defend this one site, retake A if that's where they go. And we see the Lurk All Might hanging around on A, but it looks like the T's they're just feeling around on B site, but they're deciding to go to A instead, which is going to work out great for them as Vanilla falls down to Set. First kill in favor of Roosters, and that's going to be one AK on Vanilla. Does have armor to complement it, and does even have a little bit of head protection against that P250 from Elvis. As Does is going to fall down, but Paris is going to find one in return. All Might finds a third kill for himself, but Stallion is going to take him down, leaving the defense on A empty. But look at this, Wilder's going to go back for the bomb. He's not going to notice the two CT players hiding in the smoke, and that's going to be two last pickups for Paris and Vanilla as they finish out the first half 10-5. Fantastically played by them.
And giving away that AK, that was a bit unfortunate, I feel. Maybe, because one of them, I think, on Roosters did have a pistol. I would have thought that leaving him there to kind of feel out B-side would have been probably a bit better, rather than potentially losing the AK like they did.
Well, ideally, you want to keep the person with less weaponry with the rest of the group, so that they can pick up a weapon if someone dies. So, ideally, in my opinion, I think I'm pretty sure it was Elvis with the P250 there. Ideally, I think he stays with the Lurk on B to pick up that AK if he falls down. But I think it's a rough position either way. Obviously, you want as many people as you can to go take a site, especially when you're not sure how many people are on each site. They made a decision. It didn't work out for them. It's just unfortunate at that point.
No, absolutely. But we do move into the pistol round. As always, a very exciting round. I do quite enjoy it. Without, as you said, very little utility, very little sort of weaponry.
Well, almost very telling of how the rest of this game has likely gone. No utility from any of the players on Roosters, and a flashbang and smoke from Jade G. Gonna give them that little bit of an advantage when pushing onto a site, or it would if All Might was alive to throw them. He's gonna fall down to Elvis. Oh my goodness, and there's Wilder with another kill onto Paris. This is looking very good for Roosters so far. Vanilla's gonna find one of his own, but Set's gonna fall down to Animal Dudes. Like Elvis is gonna find another kill, but Vanilla ripping through skulls at the moment. Wilder's gonna find one of his own, but it's not gonna be enough. 4 HP on that CT player wasn't quite enough to save him from the P2K from Duds, and he's gonna fall down, putting Jade G 1 extra point closer to that GG.
And I thought that 4 HP Dream was gonna live. I almost thought he was gonna get that nice headshot right at the end and win the round for Roosters, but not meant to be, unfortunately. Yeah, really unlucky.
Well, we are going to see a little bit of a slow around here from Jade as they're just kind of feeling things out. I really like this approach from them. They've decided to buy 3 AKs on the second round, so we'll have to see if that goes north or south for them, as Elvis is looking to push, but he's going to get just destroyed. All Might goes plus Ultra and just takes him down with that Galil there. Going to be an easy frag, as it looks like the rest of Jade are looking to push on to B. No CT smoke, though. Going to leave them exposed to the CT angle, and they're really going to pay for it. Wilder takes down 2. Really unnecessary, and Paris is going to get caught off guard here by Stallion in mid. That was so unfortunate there. The lack of utility was Jade's downfall. No smoke coming in for that CT angle, and that's why they lose that round. I'm pretty sure they get that pick on the A site after the entry frag dies. The smoke at CT would have prevented the CT player there from pushing out and killing all of them.
Yeah, and I mean, we were just discussing that Roosters didn't like to buy and use utility.
Hmm.
But it looks like it was Jade's downfall on this occasion.
Absolutely, and unfortunately Jade here forced on the back foot again with these pistols. They pulled off the magic once. Let's see if they can do it again. Players do buy armor, though. Interesting choice, deciding to buy that armor instead of perhaps just buying the SMG. But I like it. I think it's a very good choice. You're not playing on the CT side, so you don't have to worry about those one taps coming through from the AKs anyway. It's round 3. You don't really need to worry about the AWP too much. So I think it's a smart decision here, deciding to go for the pistol armor. Also means if any frags do come out, like that beautiful 1D from All Might, he can pick up this M4 and start wrecking havoc with it. Well, maybe, unless Elvis decides to put him in the ground straight away. But now all 3 players here on the T side with weapons. They're just charging onto B side. Sorry, 2 players on the T side with weapons. I was looking at the wrong UI. And Admiral Netic is going to find one of his own. Netic finds a second kill there on Banana, doing a lot of work, and the weapon is going to get picked up there by Duds, and it's going to be down to Stallion. It looks like Stallion's just choosing to back off, save his M4. Very smart decision here. Well played by Roosters, by Jade getting onto that site even.
Yeah, absolutely, and I definitely think, as you said, Stallion falling back, saving that, just keep it nice and safe. Almost losing it though. And like you said, with All Might straight away, 1D-ing. Just getting that ball rolling, and then I always find it interesting, and you know, as sort of B was taken, Roosters sort of scrambling as fast as possible to try and sort of take it back, and then sort of getting picked off one at a time.
Yeah, well, absolutely, you're right there. Roosters the play should have been to wait up, group, and push together as a unit, but instead they get picked off one by one by mainly Netic, who just did a lot of work there. But it was just unfortunate for them, really. I mean, I don't think much of that happens if not for All Might's entry frag there. Just beautifully done. The quick counter strafe there really helped them be able to push onto that site. And looks like Elvis wants to play aggressive, but I don't know. I think Roosters is having a bit of trouble here in terms of just playing a little bit too aggressively, not really considering their options. I'm not really sure why Elvis thought he would push out onto top B there. I'm not sure if he thought, you know what, doesn't matter how many of them are there, I'm going to beast mode this and kill all of them, or if he thought maybe there just aren't that many people there. But that is going to cost him his life, and here come the smokes from the T side. They're going to actually smoke off everything here, and only lose Netic in the process. They're going to clear off the defenders from B side and plant the bomb. As we wait for the retake now, Cluck Stallion and Bop trying their best to do something here, but only a Deagle and an M4. 1 flashbang available to these players. 2 Ts are low though, so if they do manage to find the shots, they are going to find the frags, but oh, just unfortunate there. Stallion misses his first couple of shots there. Does still get the kill onto All Might, but I think that's just going to cost them the time there. Finds the second kill. Doesn't quite find the third, though. And it's all down to Bop, but I think he's just looking here to find those exit frags. He's going to miss the shot, and I think that's going to be it for him. He finds Paris, though. So I was about to say is going to manage to get out with a frag and a weapon, but kaboom.
Yeah, unfortunately, didn't quite manage to get away from the bomb. He managed to get away from the players, but not so much the
giant explosion.
the big explosion. Pretty unfortunate for him.
Well, heading into the 5th round of the second half here, JG looking strong with a 7-round lead. I think it's going to be very difficult for Roosters to come back into this one. I wouldn't count them out, nor would I count out any team on CSGO ever. But I think it's definitely going to be rough for them trying to come back into this. As going to see a little bit, again, of a slow play from Jade. Loving the strategy. It's working out really well for them. They're just really capitalizing off Roosters' almost inability to play passively. We've seen them every single round trying to play these aggressive angles and it just not working out. But this is going well for them so far. So let's see if they can keep this up. Anarol Villanilla is going to get the entry frag there. Elvis falls down, and it's now the utility coming onto the site. Set falls down, and that's going to be all the defenders on A site, on B site even, falling down. And now we're waiting for the bomb carrier to get on as shots are just flying through the smoke right now. 2 CTs are hiding in church at the moment, looking for their opportunity to get something else done. Looking right along with Wilder here as he looks to do something. Only an ump to his name, no utility as Stallion falls down as well. It's not looking great. A 5-7 and an ump. A little tiny ickle-wickle bit of armor for both players of Roosters, but not known for their cowardice. These chickens aren't going to run. They're going to try and stay and fight. Here we go. There's 1 kill for Wilder. Can he find the other 4? All Might finds 1, and Paris is going to finish up the chicken. And that's going to be some KFC in the bucket for JG.
But at least Roosters weren't so aggressive this time. Maybe they thought that might have been the problem. So hopefully they play a little bit more passively again. Because as you said, Jade playing passive and definitely just sort of waiting for Roosters to kind of pop around a corner and use that as to their advantage.
Well, I'm not really sure what I think it was Set or Elvis. They were just whoever got first picked there.
Elvis,
I'm not really sure what they were doing, just standing right in the middle of the street. Like they had no cover. It's not a common angle to hold. It was confusing. I think as we're going to see the first trade coming out here is going to go in favor of JG as Set gets picked up there right at the end of that engagement. But Clark Stallion wanting to even out the trade, he's going to find Vanilla with that deagle. Elvis finds 1 and 2 as Duds finally puts him in the ground, but that's going to put Roosters at an advantage here with 2 players up, and it looks like Stallion is going to find Duds, but Wilder's right behind him, and he's going to finally put a round on the board for Roosters. Well played.
Yeah, with Elvis not being the first one to go down this round, definitely showing off what a nice three-man kills.
Well, Elvis, I think, was the saving grace in that round. I think manages to get 3, like you said, and just allows for the follow-up there. Stallion does die, but it was well played from, I think it was Wilder to get the return kill with that deagle. So, generally well played there. Set goes to peek, but he falls down because for some reason he's peeking, and I'm not really sure why. Elvis is going to fall down as well. There goes Duds, but Paris is going to get traded out in return, putting this back to an even 3v3 before Bop decides to put Porus Paris in the ground once again, leaving it at a 3v2 in favor of Roosters. Now we're waiting for this little engage. Netic is going to spot out a player on B site there, and I think that's going to trigger these 2 T side players to rotate to A. They know there's a player on B site, so just gonna see if A site has any similarly inclined counter terrorists.
And Jay's economy not looking too great, so they definitely want to try and win the round.
For sure. I mean, if they lose this round, they're scuppered economically. But Netic definitely doesn't want that to happen. He does get bopped, but that is going to be the kill, and it's going to be a late rotation there from Wilder. He's not going to quite be able to spot anyone out before the bomb gets planted, and now it's down to these 2 T players. 2v2 situation, but Netic is at 16 HP. Does have the AK available to him, though. So I don't know, we'll have to see how this works out for him. He does spot out a player, but at the same time, he also gets spotted out himself. So it's really going to be down to if he can find this. He finds one. He finds not the second one. Elvis takes him down in return. We nearly saw the double kill there from Netic. I think he might have tried to play that a little bit more passively. Wait for Elvis to either try and aggress onto him or find the bomb. But he did what he did. Didn't quite work out. Jade still has only 2 points to find, whereas Roosters, another 8 rounds needed in the bag to win this game.
Yeah, but as you said, they're not chickens. So there's still plenty of opportunities for them to bring this game back, right?
Absolutely. I think it's going to be difficult for them at this point, especially with the way that they're playing. They're going to need to swap out their playstyle very quickly here. As we have kept saying throughout this game, these aggressive plays just don't work out for them. I think it's the aim more than anything. They just don't. I mean, we can see their team play is quite nearly there. They do quite well when they're grouped up and they're trading for kills, but in general, the aim just isn't quite there. As opposed to Jade, who seem to be winning all these trades. But we're going to see the trade there going in favor of Jade, and that's going to trigger their rotation towards A site as the aggressors came from mid. Only one defender here. Wilder's going to find one as Vanilla tries to push onto site. Now, can he find the rest of them? They're coming down from apartments. Oh my goodness, Wilder absolutely consuming the enemy team. Jade all falls down one by one, and it's down to Netic now. 19 HP on this player. He does have an M4 though. Does have body armor available to him. Not that it'll matter, because 1 or 2 shots from those M4s/AUGs will take him down. But it looks like he's doing the smart decision. Jade have so many rounds to play with at this point, and it looks like Netic is just going to save that M4.
Yep, good decision. Just falling back, saving that gun, as you said. But again, Roosters bringing just one more back each time. And just maybe slowly maybe creeping it to make it a bit closer in terms of scoreline, but still quite a way off.
Well, if we're talking about seeing if Roosters can bring this back slowly, one at a time, they're running out of time. JGG 1 point away from match point. Roosters, however, they need to double their round wins without letting Jade win once. Otherwise, they have to go to overtime if they want to win.
Yeah, that is quite the tall order, right? But perfectly doable. I mean, after that last round, Wilder definitely proving even 1v3 can do some serious damage.
Absolutely. Wilder doing a lot of work there for sure. When we have seen him be a very useful player to this Roosters roster, so you could call it, throughout the rest of the game. But it looks like JGG are tired of waiting. They're tired of playing the snow game. And here comes all the utility. I'm not sure why. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there, but doubling up on both smokes and molotovs in the same areas. A little bit of wasted utility, which is a bit of a shame, but doesn't look like it's going to matter for them too much as 2 CT players fall down nice and quickly there without a return kill in sight. But Wilder coming in here, he's going to try and do something, but Netic shutting that down right away. He doesn't want anything wild in this game. He just wants it nice, quick, and clear. He wants that match point. He wants to go home. Elvis, though, coming in with this ult. He finds one. He isn't going to quite find the second, but Stallion's going to find the kill. Stallion's going to find his second kill, and Paris is going to find him. But here comes the USPS. It's not quite going to find it. He does get the dink. Paris nearly falls down. But it's going to be Elvis, at the end of the day, falling, and JGG proceeding on to that match point game. Round 10, second half.
I almost thought Roosters were going to win that round and bring it back somehow, even though they were down quite a few men. They almost had it in a 1v1. If only
they really did. Elvis starts off that last engagement with a headshot onto Paris, taking him down to, I think it was 18 HP. Just super unfortunate he doesn't get that double dink with the USPS, but what can you do? Roosters, they're looking quite dire at the moment. Only pistols to their name. It looks like the T's might know this, as there goes one kill, there goes the second. Looking a little resigned are Roosters. They're just standing in the middle of places, not really taking cover behind anything. Look at this. Jade isn't even going for the utility at this point. They're just going for the frags. Bomb does finally go down. But there's the final kill from Voss. Pop falling down, and that's going to be the end of the game there. As the yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about that game. Obviously, we came in halfway through. Roosters put up a decent fight, but at the end of the day, they were very, very far behind. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to throw you to a quick break whilst we get ready for our game of the day between Chiefs and Paradox. So if you wouldn't mind staying right where you are, we'll be back very shortly.
The music just turns me on.
Unknown. Look, says she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Yo, look, I might pull up to the scene. What's happening? All good. Says she wants a man. Treat her well, little hood. When I hit that jackpot, you know the whole squad eating. Back 15, bitch, then I'm out skiing. Look, I came in for a wine, couple drinks, little fun. Man, she talking about a man, got her looking like a bum. I don't even wanna be rude. Ain't that kind of guy. What she talking about a man? Now I was dripping up a file. Back it up for me, slow wine, do it properly. Take time, back it up for me, slow wine, do it properly. Take time, I tell her I ain't gonna bother making all these promises. Or bother saying something when I'm gonna do the opposite. I can promise you this night, nothing more. Call me MC Hammer, cause I'm feeling like I'm full eyes. Says she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Says she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Looking wavy. I said she looking wavy. Looking wavy. I said she looking wavy. Yeah.
Said she tired of my crap, but if I get her back, then I'll trade my old stack, then I'll make it back. I see you on your Insta looking cute, but calm down, car. I put you in that kind of the goose, and yet she telling me this and telling me that. I miss the days up in ill sipping on yak, and I've been running her down, need my energy back. And now she's saying that it's peak, that I ain't getting her back. But girl, I need you back on my team, boo. Cause them I can't treat you, love you, I feed you, I please you. Look, I ain't shifting the blame. Only girl like I had that didn't care about the fame, that's why she wavy, man, I say that's why she wavy. She be looking like a maybe, so will I hit it, maybe, yeah.
I said she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Said she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Looking wavy. I said she looking wavy, looking wavy. I said she looking wavy, yeah.
Purchase your track now.
I don't wanna, but the shit is getting. Said she looking like a. I don't wanna, but the shit is getting looking wavy. Said she looking wavy, looking wavy. Said she looking wavy, yeah.
The music just turns me on.
When you turn away, I didn't know what to say. When you turn away, I didn't know what to say. I love the way you've been looking my way, baby. Don't hesitate, you can come on over. Let's get face to face. I'ma give you a taste of what you've been waiting for till the night's over. Ooh, I know we're thinking the same thing. I know you wanna get with me. Ooh, I know we're thinking the same thing. I know we're thinking the same thing. Cause I'ma give you a taste of what you've been waiting for till the night's over. Ooh, I know we're thinking the same thing. I know you wanna get with me. Ooh, I know we're thinking the same thing. I know we're thinking the same thing.
The music just turns me on.
Unknown. Look, says she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Yo, look, I might pull up to the scene. What's happening? All good, says she wants a man. Treat her well, little hood. When I hit that jackpot, you know the whole squad eating. Back 15, bitch, then I'm out skiing. Look, I came in for a wine, couple drinks, little fun. Man, she talking about a man, got her looking like a bum. I don't even wanna be rude, ain't that kind of guy. Why she talking about a man? I was gripping up a file, back it up for me, slow wine, do it properly, take time, back it up for me, slow wine, do it properly, take time. I tell her I ain't gonna bother making all these promises. Why bother saying something when I'm gonna do the opposite? I can promise you this night, nothing more. Call me MC Hammer, cause I'm feeling like I'm full. Says she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Says she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Looking wavy. I said she looking wavy, looking wavy. I said she looking wavy, yeah.
Said she tired of my crap, but if I get her back, then I'll trade my old stack, then I'll make it back. I see you on your Insta looking cute, but calm down, car. I put you in that kind of the goose, and yet she telling me this and telling me that. I miss the days up in ill sipping on yak, and I've been running her down, need my energy back. And now she's saying that it's peak, that I ain't getting her back, but girl, I need you back on my team, boo. Cause them I can't treat you, love you, I feed you, I please you. Look, I ain't shifting the blame. Only girl that I had that didn't care about the fame, that's why she wavy, man, I say that's why she wavy. She be looking like a maybe, so will I hit it, maybe, yeah.
Says she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Says she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Looking wavy. I said she looking wavy, looking wavy. I said she looking wavy, yeah.
Purchase your track now.
I don't wanna, but the shit is getting. Says she looking like a. I don't wanna, but the shit is getting looking wavy. Says she looking wavy, looking wavy. Says she looking wavy, yeah.
The music just turns me on.
When you turn my way, I didn't know what to say. When you turn my way, I didn't know what to say.
The music just turns me on.
Unknown. Look, says she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Yo, look, I might pull up to the scene. What's happening? All good. Says she wants a man. Treat her well, little hood. When I hit that jackpot, you know the whole squad eating. Back 15, bitch, then I'm out skiing. Look, I came in for a wine, couple drinks, little fun. Man, she talking about a man, got her looking like a bum. I don't even wanna be rude. Ain't that kind of guy. Why she talking about a man? Now gripping up her thighs, back it up for me. Up for me, slow wine, do it properly. Properly, take time, back it up for me. Up for me, slow wine, do it properly. Properly, take time. I tell her I ain't gonna bother making all these promises. I bother saying something when I'm gonna do the opposite. I can promise you this night, nothing more. Call me MC Hammer, cause I'm feeling like I'm 4 eyes. Says she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Says she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Looking wavy, wavy. I said she looking wavy, wavy. Looking wavy, wavy. I said she looking wavy, wavy. Yeah.
Says she tired of my crap, but if I get her back, then I'll trade my old stack, then I'll make it back. I see you on your Insta looking cute, but calm down, cause I'll put you in that Canada goose. And yeah, she telling me this and telling me that. I miss the days up in ill sipping on yeah, and I've been running her down, need my energy back. And now she's saying that it's peak, that I ain't getting her back. But girl, I need you back on my team, boo. Cause them I can't treat you, love you, I feed you, I please you. Look, I ain't shifting the blame. Only girl that I had that didn't care about the fame, that's why she wavy. She wavy, man, I say that's why she wavy. Wavy, she be looking like a maybe. So will I hit it, maybe, yeah.
I said she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Said she looking wavy, looking like a maybe. I don't want a babe, but the shit is getting crazy. Looking wavy, wavy. I said she looking wavy, wavy. Looking wavy, wavy. I said she looking wavy, wavy. Yeah.
Purchase your track now.
I don't wanna, but the shit is getting. Says she looking like a. I don't wanna, but the shit is getting. Looking wavy. Says she looking wavy. Looking wavy. Says she looking wavy. Yeah.
The music just turns me on.
When you turn my way, I didn't know what to say. When you turn my way, I didn't know what to say. I love the way you've been looking my way, baby. Don't hesitate, you can come on over. Let's get face to face. I'ma give you a taste of what you've been waiting for till the night's over. Ooh, I know we're thinking the same thing. I know you wanna get with me. Ooh, I know we're thinking the same thing. I know we're thinking the same.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESEA MDL. We've got Chiefs versus Paradox. I'm Adam.
And my name is Robbie.
And we've just come into the knife round. Are we excited for this game, Robbie?
I think this game is going to definitely be a lot more interesting than the last two than we've seen today. Both of these teams have a lot more experience, a lot more tenure, and I'm definitely excited to see what kind of things they can bring to the table.
I am also pretty excited. So the knife round over. Paradox pretty almost instead deciding to sort of do a bit of team damage. Bit of fun banter to start the game off.
They wanted to create the slaughterhouse.
They wanted to create a bit of a narrative between the players, you know.
Well, just whilst we're waiting to get into the official starting pistol round, I'd like to talk a little bit about these two teams and about their rosters. Now, obviously, the first game we casted today, we noticed a big difference in amount of games played by the two teams, with Ground Zero having quite a lot of experience and Justice not really having a lot of experience. Now, both of these teams do have a lot of games under their belts. Chiefs, however, have been together a lot longer, and I have noticed that Paradox have some newer members on their roster, or substitute players on their roster who haven't quite been with the team for as long of a time. So I'm excited to see how that's going to play out as we get onto the first push, as kills fly one either way. Noobster picks up Textra on the defense. Onfu trying to find something here, but he's going to dip out and go for the bomb plant now. 4v3 are the players standing at the moment, and it's down to Blitz and Co to try and defend. Zuski does take out Tensei, evening up the scoreboard a little bit, making it 3v3. Now here come the rest of the CT players. USP's tapping away. Noobster gets picked up first. Zuski's going to pick up another one, and Ofnu going to pick up number 3 to put number 1 on the board for Chiefs. Solid first round there coming out from the T-side players.
Very solid first round, and obviously as you were talking about the sort of quite similarities between the teams and how long they've been playing. Paradox, though, on a bit of a win streak.
Yep, that's very true. Very true. They've won. I'm pretty sure most of their games, if not all their games this season. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's all of them in this season. Yep.
Now, I'm not sure if this is just because HLTV hasn't updated their stats, or if not, but I did notice that one of the players doesn't actually have any games played with the rest of the team. So I'm not sure if that's a substitute player or if a roster swap was made last minute. But hopefully that doesn't affect Paradox too much. Although at the moment it's looking a little rough for them. But it's round 2 after losing the pistol. You know, not expecting anything too magical coming out of Paradox here so far. I think I would have preferred to have seen them go just default build rather than buying pistols and armor in some cases, so we can get a round 3 buy round. But I guess they thought they could do something here, but it's instead going to be them doing absolutely nothing and Chiefs completely wiping them.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I'm surprised they didn't go for the round 3 and going for a nice full buy now. Yeah, pretty surprising that they even sort of half went for it.
It's going to be an interesting way. We're going to see this time that they are just going to stick with their default pistols, and I'm happy that they've decided to do this. By the looks of the economy, it looks like Chubster or Noobster might look to pick up an AWP next round. I'm looking forward to that, but Chubster actually is going to find a kill there onto Blitz. He's going to fall down to the USPS. That's got to feel bad for the man. Noobster is going to fall finally, but he's got to feel happy with that kill. Chubster laughing a little bit to the bank. They're finally going to have enough money for this full buy round here. Blitz does fall down there, but he is going to have enough money to pick himself up a sniper rifle. And we will see how this plays out for them as we head into round 4. The first gun round is starting to play out, and it looks like Chiefs are heading to B.
Also, Twitch chat, we want to hear your predictions and who you think is going to win.
Absolutely. I think it might be a pretty close game. Although, just judging off the stats and the fact that Paradox have a new player, I think I'm going to give my prediction down to the Chiefs. They're coming into this game looking strong. But I'm more than happy to be surprised. I'm hoping for some surprises from Paradox here as we wait for this first engagement here. A little bit of a skirmish going on in tunnels. We'll see if anything can come of it, but so far it's just going to be a little damage onto Chubster. But here comes the group There's the flashbang. Doesn't catch anyone off guard, but Chubster's going to start off the party by taking down Zooey. And Lace, Chubster, and combined to take out 3 members of Paradox of Chiefs, whereas Afternoon's going to take 2 of his own. But he is all by himself now. He does have the bomb available to him. All the CTs are out. Bomb does go down, which is a very, very good thing for Chiefs. Even if they lose this round, they're not on a complete loss because that extra money from the plant will do them good. Now, Afternoon is looking the wrong direction, but I like this angle that he's holding. He's secluding himself from the mid angles and just focusing on one. He's going to get Molotov'd off, though. He's going to find one when he steps out, but it's not going to be enough, and Kingfisher finds the return, putting round number 1 on the board for Paradox. And that was a very, very clean retake there. Actually, Paradox already surprising me.
Yeah, so you said that you think that Chiefs might take it. I'll go the opposite way, you know, keep it fair. I'm going to go with Paradox. Chiefs, again, a very good team in their own right, but, you know, we'll keep it fair, right, Robbie? We'll keep it fair.
I think it'll be interesting to see which of these teams comes out on top. It'll be telling the next couple rounds. That first gun round was already very close. I feel like if the Molotov doesn't come through there, Ofnu has a decent chance at clutching it. But straight away here, we're going to get 2 very nice clean frags. 3 clean frags in favor of Chiefs, but Noobster not wanting to leave his team too far one-sided is going to get 2 of his very own. But the kill onto Noobster does come down there, leaving Lace all by himself. At the moment, he's just hovering in tunnels. I think he's just deciding to save the AWP, and I'm in agreement. I think that's a good decision.
Yeah, that's a very good decision, and that was very unlucky that the third AWP round didn't hit. I thought he was going to get a nice triple, maybe even more, because as they were just coming through the smoke sort of one by one, he was just picking them off just ever so slowly, so pretty unlucky there, right?
Well, what happened was it was just a matter of, I think, Chiefs getting there a little sooner or getting around the same time, just having a little bit more of a reaction to seeing the enemies. Getting those first shots off was really important, and also the pick in mid. The sniper battle on Dust 2 is always real with those double doors, and someone just got picked in mid, and it's just unfortunate, really. It's always a sad kill for your team when they get picked off in mid, especially when you're a CT just trying to cross mid doors and you just get bopped through the door. Always can be a sad moment. But I don't think Paradox should take that one too much to heart. They still have an AWP in bank. It looks like they're going to force pistols around it. So they're not really looking to reinvest too much into this round, which is good. But Noobster!
Sniper battle, as you said, coming out.
Well, yeah, we just... well, never mind. I was just about to say how he wanted to even the score, but Texter just... he wants no more of that. Kingfisher is going to pick up the AWP, though, so it's not a lost weapon. But let's see what he can make of it. 4v4 at the moment is the situation. Definitely still favoring Chiefs. A lot more utility, a lot more weapons on that team roster, but a little bit of utility coming out here, especially from Lays. But the first kill there from Zuski. He's going to take down Kingfisher. Here's the Molotov from Lays to try and slow the push. There's the smoke as well. Molotov comes through from the enemy teams to push back the CT defender. More Molotovs now coming off the site, but that smoke doing well to defend him. Oh, one from Tensai, one from Lace, taking down some of the aggressors onto this A point. Lace is going to get caught off guard there in the back. Zuski taking him down nice and quickly. He does have access to the bomb and free reign, whilst Tux in the background is trying to take down Tensei. He is going to find him, but Tensei with a 1D is going to take him down. And there's the AK for the CT player. No head armor available, but that won't matter too much considering the weapons both of these players have. Now it's the waiting man's game. No utility available for Zuski, but Tensei here with this smoke does have a little bit of utility to work with. So let's see how well he can do it. Not well enough, doesn't quite spot out the head, and Zuski, nice clean headshot to end off the round, putting number 5 on the board for Chiefs.
A very close round indeed. I mean, I was almost rooting for Paradox there, but yeah, as you said, just couldn't see Zuski's head.
Well, what surprises me is that no smoke was used to block off the CT angle. I mean, there are so many places that CT can be hiding in that location that it's always really confusing to me when the angle isn't blocked off, as we're going to see a quick trade of lives here on a long. But when you try and push from long to CT, not only do you have to worry about catwalk, but you have to worry about the entirety of that under area. So blocking it off would have been the smart option, and he did have the smoke available to him. So the fact that he didn't, I gotta say, it's kind of his fault that he got picked there.
Maybe he thought he could save it for next round. Just wanted to...
Well, if he wanted to save, he would have backed off.
Yeah.
But a little bit of a skirmish here happening on long, with Chiefs taking the primary advantage from it, as Tensei and Noobster fall in return for Zewski. Also Kingfisher here hovering around at 12 HP. Utilities coming through now. See, this is the kind of smoking that I would have liked to see. Obviously, you can't get the entire thing smoked off with just one, but any sort of cover whilst crossing that angle would have helped a lot in the last round, as Chubster takes down Tux to even out the scores. The bomb is down, and the clock is ticking. Molotovs are out. It's now time to see if these two CT players can make the difference. We're looking at Kingfisher and Chubster here, two players with a combined health pool of 31, to see if they can do anything here. As Textra and Lays forming the firing squad there, taking down Ofnu as he... Ofnu gets taken down. Rather, Textra takes down Lays in return, though. And it looks like the other CT players have decided to take the smart option, save their weapons, and maybe go play some football.
Yes, some football indeed. I mean, as you said, they've got pretty much no health between them. A literal swift breeze could take them both out. So I definitely agree. Yeah, some 30-mile-an-hour wins. You could just imagine. That's just not going to happen. What a game mechanic.
When they add weather hazards to CSGO,
Weather
maybe
effect.
one day.
Let's go.
But heading into round 8, things are going to start getting a little rough for Paradox again. They'll need to wait another round before they're able to buy. So, again, I never hate to rule out a team playing at this kind of a level, but typically we don't really expect any sort of team to win this kind of a situation, as Blitz gets the first pick onto Chubster. But they could still pull it through. They'll have to wait another round, as I said, to get actual weapons online. And then after that, they'll have to try again, and then it'll keep kind of going through the cycle of losing your economy, having to rebuy.
And I mean, Chiefs just look in such a demanding position. I mean, I'm not really too sure what Paradox can do.
Well, Chiefs, like we were saying earlier, they've been playing together for a very, very long time. This exact roster. I mean, even that, I say it for a very, very long time. This specific roster's been together since March, I want to say, since the other season. But a lot of the players within the roster have, played together before. It's not a completely new roster, is what I'm trying to say here. A lot of the players have a lot more synergy, and obviously you can tell the skill is there as well. You can tell that these players know what they're doing. And when it comes to Paradox, yes, they've had a win streak. Yes, they've had some good games. They've been together since the start of the season. But as I said, there are also, I think, two new players who seem almost completely new to the team. And I think it's especially Tensei here, who, I mean, he isn't doing terrible if you consider the rest of Paradox at the moment, but he isn't doing great. Well, we're going to see a little bit of damage coming through either way here from both teams as the T's make their way onto B site. Bomb is planted, and it's down to Chiefs now to retake in this 3v3 situation. Texter taking down to 30 HP. He's blinded. Noobster getting him through the wall. Beautiful pick there. That's going to even up the scoreboard just that little bit, and that might be all that Paradox need, as Chubster is looking to come through this window situation. Beautiful Molotov there to keep him at bay. Clock is ticking, though. Only a diffuser available to Chubster. He's got to try and get on this site right now if he wants to defuse. 10 seconds is about to come through. And Chubbs is going to fall down. Zuski gets a second kill. Knife Fisher is going to find one, but it's not going to be enough as Offnu, could get the name right, that would be lovely, finishes up the round and takes down the final defender, putting round 8 on the board for Chiefs.
Yeah, and like you said, only one diffuser on Paradox, so really having to get him onto that bomb much sooner. And you could just tell the sort of panic. They were just like, as you said, they need to go now. And they just started getting gunned down just slowly but surely as they were trying to make it to the site.
Well, it was gorgeously played by Chiefs to Molotov off window. And just really use the utility that they had to delay Paradox from being able to push. It's always a treat to see utility being used correctly like that. Sorry, I just got taken aback by Tux there, just running a gun and taking down 2. He does get put down by Kingfisher, but Offnu's having none of it. And he's going to, take him down. Yeah. I was trying to think of a pun.
Well, you've got plenty of time to see that there's a pause to think of that pun at some point.
Yeah.
But
it'll happen.
I mean, with 8 round disparity, 1-9.
Well, one thing that's really surprising me is Chiefs' speed. Now, a lot of the time at high levels of CSGO, we see the terrorists take a little bit more time. They like to be more careful with their movements, waiting for the CTs to use up their utility. But Chiefs seem to have no problem just running onto sites and just dealing with the situation that they get themselves into. Now, we're going to see a full utility buy from Paradox Gaming here, other than on Tensei, who's going to opt for the AWP. But we'll see how Chiefs deals with this now. But look at this, straight up long. Utility comes out. Texter just running straight down here. There's the smoke to cover the angle. There's the smoke to cover the long angle. There are the Molotovs onto, like, no fear on this roster. They are just running straight onto these sites. No fear in them at all. Bomb's about to go down. And now it's all on the enemy team to try and do something. Noobster tries to pick that corner for some reason, but gets picked up by Offnu. Offnu's going to find 2 more. This dude's a beast. Texter is going to take down Chubster. And it's down to Tensei now, the substitute player. And Blitz going to see that coming from a mile away. He's going to snipe Tensei there. And that's going to be round 10 for Chiefs. It is looking rough.
It is looking rough as the 100% win rate, is slowly slipping away from Paradox. So I do feel a little bit bad for them. Do you know what? Quickly, because these rounds, as you said, are fast. Chiefs are looking confident.
It's not just going quickly. It's gone parachuting. It's skydiving right now. And it's going to keep plummeting as Offnu and Blitz both find kills of their own before Tensei is able to follow back with the kill onto Texter. A nice 1 Deagle there, but only Deagles are available to these CT players, and it's going to be one hell of a comeback if Paradox is able to make this happen. Tensei actually finds a second kill with that Deagle, and that's going to give him that AK, which it looks like he might be thinking about saving, but I think the call comes in from Kingfisher. He says, hey, they're going to be. Let's try and defend this.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, they might as well go for the risky plays, right? They might as well just try something brash.
Well, it's looking rough. If I'm Paradox in this situation, I'm thinking better to save the 2 AKs, go for some exit frags, see what we can do next round with the full buy. And it looks like that might be what they're trying to do, unless they're going to push in after the smoke fades, but no kit available to either of these players, so yeah, it looks like they're going to go for the smart decision. Tensei just holding this angle for the exit frags. Not quite going to find anything.
Nope, and again, pretty quick round, right?
Absolutely. I mean, if if Chiefs play this as well as they have been, and Paradox continues to lie back and take it, so to say, I think it's going to be very difficult. Even if Paradox are the best T-side team in the world, coming back from 14-1 is going to be rough. They'll need to find some miracles here, I think. as we're going to see the... well, I was expecting the quick push through tunnels with those flashbangs in true Chief style, but they've decided to go for a little bit of slower play as Texter eats a grenade to the face. And Chubster's going to find one, but that's quickly traded out by Zeusy there. Off New, taking a little bit of damage, and the shots coming through from A. This utility is what I want to see more of. Paradox have been really bombing Chiefs right now. They've really been taking down their health bars, and it's really been helping them out already. And we can see that, but I guess not as much as they would hope for, as Laze is going to fall down there as well to Tux, as the rest of the T's are looking to push down onto B site. The shot comes through them. Tensei though. Oh my goodness! Tensei rips a hole in the side of Chiefs' plan. They just all fall at once. Beautiful Kolak kill there from from Tensei. As Chiefs just line up for him. It's a perplexing play. But it's not over yet for Chiefs as Blitz here. He's shown his worth on this AWP. He's got 2 players left to find still. Bomb is not available to him, and he's going to have to find the aggressive play on these 2 players in tunnels. It looks like... What is this? Is Kingfisher trying to move towards him? No, surely not. Well, this is unfortunate for Blitz. Look at this. He's trying to clear the site at the moment. It's going to be a little while until he realizes that the only enemies he needs to find are there. Oh my goodness! Blitz just rips Tensei a new one. Unfortunately, it's not going to quite be enough. Blitz does a really good effort there on with that AWP, but it's going to be all down to Tensei there with that beautiful 3-man kill to save the round and finally put Paradox on their feet. Maybe, but that was quite a fortunate lineup. Plays like that, while exciting, they're not. Oh well. Paradox so far haven't shown that they're frequent, so they're pretty one and far between, so I don't expect them to pull out many more of those kinds of plays and that kind of luck. For sure, right? But like sometimes it's a play like that can trigger something beautiful, and Tensei already starting to find something here as Lace picks up a kill of his own to even out the 2 kills that were traded in favor of Chiefs earlier on. Now it's up to them as they start to push onto site. Texter trying to find something here. He is going to find Laze, and the bomb is going to go down 4 HP on this T player. And now it's down to Noobster and Kingfisher to try and finish up this round. But it looks like they're going for the safe play. They want to take as much into this last round as they can. It looks like they're just going to save. Look for these exit frags. Noobster playing this super passively. Look at this angle that he's holding all the way back here. I don't think there's any way Blitz can deal with that. But Texter is going to pick up Kingfisher. No exit frag for that UMP. And actually, if Noobster doesn't look right now, he's going to get in a lot of trouble here. Well, I spoke too soon. Chief Blitz does fall down there. Luckily for Noobster, he does find one, and he is able to take that AWP into the final round of the half. It's going to be a rough round for Paradox here. It's going to be a very cobbled together buy as they try and fight back into this final round of the first half. Chiefs sitting up with a mighty 10-point lead. So it's going to need a miracle.
Well, I mean, if they can throw some more of those... triple kills from Tensei. If he can throw some more of those together, then maybe they can have a chance. But as I said, not another one coming out at any point. So I just don't see them being able to get out another win on this CT side.
Absolutely, and it's going to be rough. I'm interested to see how Chiefs play the CT side, whether they decide to be as aggressive as they have been now, or if they choose a much more passive approach. And I'm interested to see Paradox's approach as Noobster starts off the round with a beautiful kill onto Tux through the wall there. It's going to be an unfortunate death for Chiefs, but Paradox have got to be happy about that. So that's one less player to have to deal with. Now Texter in a little bit of heat here as he gets tagged down there by a member of Paradox. 26 HP is this player as Chubster gets 2 with the AUG. That's a 3rd for Chubster. That's his... I was about to say that's the 4th kill of the round, but no, that's Noobster. Beautiful plays there with the AUG, and that's going to be a 4K for Chubster to end out the half, 12-3. Paradox, they're not looking great, but moments like that make them look at least salvageable.
salvageable, but you know, with 9 rounds difference, can they do it? Can they? How many more rounds do you think they can bring back? I mean, I'd love to see them bring it back all the way, but you know, with just how far behind they are. Yeah. I mean, like you said, even if they're the best T side, it's going to be a difficult uphill struggle.
Well, the problem with this is we're not 100% sure on how either of these teams play on the other side, right? So it all at this point comes down to who wins the pistol round, because if Paradox can win the pistol round, that guarantees them at least one other kill afterwards, right? One other round afterwards for the either no buy or the force buy. Whereas if Chiefs win the first pistol round, that's probably GG. I think if Chiefs win the pistol round here, they just win off that. I think if Paradox are able to win the pistol round, they might have a chance of bringing back a couple rounds, but I don't know. I think it'll be a bit of a stretch, believing that Paradox can pull back 13 rounds before Chief can pull 4, even if few and far between. But Tux definitely wants to make that not a reality. Paradox pulling on to sight here. Tensei with 2. Blitz is going to pick up the return kill there, evening up the scores 3-3. And it's all downhill from here. 2 kills fall on either side of the map now. It's 2v2, and Ofnu picks up the second to last kill. He's trying to go for the last kill, and Ofnu is going to find it. And that's going to be the pistol round for Chiefs. It was close, it was messy, but I think unless Paradox can pull something special out here, I think that's going to be the start of the slipperiest slope.
Quite the interesting buy. From
Scouts. Scouts all round. Oh! Okay, Tensei. Wow, this man has proved time and time again that he can snipe. And there's Lace with another kill. This might be the round. That's 2 kills already with these scouts. And Chubster, look at him. He's on site. He only has to find one player here. Blitz knows that he's there. He does have a weapon. There's a scout, so he's choosing to back off. Bomb is nowhere to be seen, though. And here we go, coming down long. 5 players of Paradox. 5 strong. But can the Chiefs team manage to pull something back here with this disadvantage as they try and cross? A little bit of a break in the smoke here. Blitz is going to find one shot. He just needs one more for Lace, but he's down low. A couple more like that, and that could be the opening that this team needs. Smoke's cleared now, and actually looks like Chiefs are going to play it safe. They've decided, you know what? We have a 10-round lead. We don't need to be aggressive right here. We can keep our weapons. We can keep these 2 orgs that we have. We can keep the armor on the scout player. Everything is going to be fine from here. So I think this is a really smart decision. Moving back. Just trying to find something, and
they managed to find something.
Rip Chubster. Oh man.
That was definitely a bit unnecessary for him to even go that way, but
I mean, he was looking for something. He only had a deagle, to be fair to him, but like, ouch, what a shot. Just Blitz pops him straight in the face. Alright, here we go. Heading into round 3 of the second half now. It is very much Chiefs in the driving seat. Paradox really having to play reactive now. Looks like, well, Kingfisher wanted to go for the aggressive play there onto short, but that Molotov is going to stop him from doing that, which is lucky for Blitz, who is going to take a chunk of that. And Zuski, actually, Zusi, sorry, not Zuski. He's going to take a chunk of damage there, probably from one of those scout shots I've been hearing so much about. What? Okay, Ofnu just, he peeks Laser's head from, like, a corner. That's, like, that was insanity. Zusi now, he's low, he's taking that aggressive angle, but Texa, he's going to find Chubster, and Ofnu's going to find Tensei on the other side of the map. Now it's down to Kingfisher, who's actually going to fall down straight away to Texa. And no contest, so it would seem. as round 14 is put on the board for Chiefs, and Paradox is looking like they were at the end of a very slippery road.
Yep, and it's good to see that some of Twitch chat not quite getting the correct prediction. A lot of people saying that Chiefs were going to go 16-1, maybe even 16-2. So Paradox, at least proving Twitch chat slightly wrong.
They outperformed
Twitch
16-1.
Yep, Hey man, that's better than 16-0.
I mean, saying that we should congratulate them for outperforming a 16-1 is like, I'm not even sure of a bad enough analogy. But quick round there to put match point on the board for Chiefs, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Adam. I'm pretty sure this game is pretty cut and dry from here, unless Paradox can pull something special and pull it to an overtime, which, given the way they've been playing, is highly doubtful. It's unfortunate. We saw a couple sparks of greatness from Tensei, from Chubster, but at the end it just was not enough, and it looks like this is probably going to be the end of the win streak for Paradox.
Well, they did pretty well last time with Scouts. Maybe they could pull out some kind of second wind greatness, but again, as you said, that's quite the hill to climb. 15-4. That's a lot of match points and pressure you're going to have to contest with.
Well, Texa starting to cut the rope thin for Paradox. He's going to take out Chubster, probably one of the only lifelines on Paradox there. Now we are in the end game, so to speak. Mr. Offnu here, lone man holding on A from the site. The rest of his teammates holding down stairs under CT. And Offnu's going to find one. There's the second kill. There's the third kill. Kingfisher finally coming in with the return. But Blitz going to end it off there. 16-4 are the scores on the doors. Chiefs absolutely annihilating the win streak of Paradox Gaming, as that's going to close out the matches for us today.
It is, and that was a very quick game. Chiefs absolutely dominating right from pretty much the get-go, right, Robbie?
Yeah, I mean, well, I hate to say I told you so, but from the start, noticing the tenure from Chiefs, noticing the substitutes from Paradox, it just seemed like it was going to go this way. I definitely was not expecting such an overwhelming, crushing defeat. But I'm going to say it now. I called it.
No, fair enough. And thank you everyone for watching. We will be back soon with some more ESEA games in a few days. Thank you, Robbie, for joining me. Hopefully have you back soon. And everyone enjoy the rest of their day.